again, everyone. I am here with a couple of bottles of ink to swatch. These are fountain pen inks, and I purchased these from Yoseka Stationery, and I got one other item with those that I kind of wanted to show you, and it's this, it's called a clear masking tape, and it has all these little tigers on it, which I thought was really, really cute. And they have a few different kinds of these, so I'm just taking off that label. And then I should be able to get in here, and I'll try to peel a little bit off so you can kind of see what the pattern is. Let's see. These really are super cute. So there you go. It's like these little tigers all in a repeating pattern. And it does kind of feel like washi tape a little bit, but it's clear, so that'll be fun. But anyway, this is the main event. I have two sort of interesting inks here. One is an ink that is permanent. Let's see if we have some more information about it. Let's see. Now, I've forgotten the ink company name here, but I will put a link down below. This just talks about the dangers of pigment ink. You can't even really see that. There you go. Because it is a pigment ink, because it's permanent, and you do need to make sure that you wash those out of your pens more often. So this is in the lichen color. And like I said, I've totally forgotten what the brand name is, and I thought for sure it would have it on the front, but it doesn't. But I will swatch it, and then I'll put a link down below to which company this is. There are several in this series which all look really beautiful. I think there was one named after theater something, and it's red. That seemed to be pretty popular. The one I almost got was apricot tea, again in the permanent ink. So I'm very interested to see what this lichen looks like. This bottle is super cold. I just got it off my porch where it's very cold out. So let's see. So this is by Cobalt Ink. And this is a very interesting color. It's sort of a violet color, almost like a cobalt violet in watercolor, at least the swatches that I had seen of it. So I was really interested in getting it just because of that, really. And this is another ink company that is that's in Japan. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I only have these two today, so I'm gonna find a blank spot in this notebook. I think, yeah, I actually have two blank spots here on this page, so that's where I'm going to put them. And you'll see the prior ink of 3 Oysters Black Moss and Pannonia Pelican Green. I have a little bit of water off to the side here, as well as a paper towel to wash off my swatching tools, which are these. I'm going to put a link to the video where I talk about this setup, and there's links to these tools in there. I often get asked about this automatic pen. It is size 3A, and in the video that I linked, there is a link to the shop where I got this. And they have a bunch of different sizes, but the size that I use is 3A. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in here. Oh wow, that's kind of interesting. It looks a little sludgy in the bottle. I am going to just roll it around. I don't want to shake it vigorously because I don't want there to be a bunch of bubbles in the ink. Okay, so it looks like a very mossy green color. Let's go ahead and, ooh, that barely fits. I'm wondering actually if I can fit the majority of my nibs in here. Oh yeah, that's a very deep mossy color, although they're calling it lichen, so I guess it's the color of that as well. That's beautiful. So I'm going to rinse that off. Even though it seemed fairly pigmented, it actually seems like it's coming off of the automatic pen fairly easily. It's not super staining on that. That's lovely. you're getting a little bit of a reflection there. I will put that up closer to the camera so you can see that a little bit better here in a minute. And then here is my dip pen. And I realize I have to leave the brand name blank because there's a tiny little, I think it says Okakima. Yes, there should be a rule, right, that people whose eyes are going bad should get a pass on reading tiny little text like that. So there we go. Once I get that name off the website, I will put that down below. I normally have those ahead of time, but I literally just got this and just had a little bit of time and wanted to go ahead and swatch that while I had the time. All right, so let's get in here with this Cobalt Violet ink, which actually is not called Cobalt Violet. It's called, I think it has a number. If I'm not mistaken, I think they called it number 57. At least I think. I'll have to double check on that as well. Okay, and this didn't seem as light as some of the other violets. This should be shading though. But it seemed like it would be dark enough to actually have the color show up in writing. That is really beautiful. I've never gotten any Kobe inks before, and I've never gotten any of this other brand of ink as well. So these are both new brands. I'm always a little hesitant to automatically put things in a fountain pen without testing them out first, because I do want to make sure that there's not some strange quality to the ink that might clog up a pen or, you know, cause some trouble for a fountain pen. Okay, that is a lovely color. So this is Kobe ink, and I believe this is number 57. I am going to go ahead and put that down, and then I will correct it if that is not right, but it's definitely dark enough to show up. This is, so the other day I got a Robert Oster Sydney Lavender, which, although this is beautiful and it's on the darker side, this is more what I wanted for some of my pens that are in demonstrators, that are demonstrator pens. This one I think will be lovely for a variety of purposes, and I love this color, so I'm really happy with that as well. But this is also really, really super nice. This is actually going to be an alternative to the Robert Oster Viola that I got. Both of these, like I said, will have sort of different uses, but this one is amazing. And this one I kind of found while looking for other inks. I didn't even specifically go hunting for Kobe inks. I had seen them around, but I didn't really think about them all that much. Okay, I'm going to put this up to the camera so that you can see both of these. And they are really, really super pretty, especially this Kobe ink. It's really, really nice. This is the kind of ink that I think I just want to splash around on paper and see what it does, because it does seem to have a lot of shading and perhaps sheen. It's hard to tell with some areas still wet. But this one is a permanent ink, so I got this one specifically for sketching. I thought it was a really beautiful deep green color that I don't really have in my sketching inks so far. The Diatramentis Urban Gray, it does run slightly green, but this is like true deep lichen green, as the name would indicate. All right. Well, I think that's all I had for you today. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.